All right, guys, so it's the day after the hunt. We got all our bison meat hanging, as you guys can see. It got down into the high 20s last night, so everything's nice and cool, which is perfect. Today we're gonna do some cool cooking for you on the Traeger. We have a really cool recipe that I came up with. It's kind of like a shepherd's pie type meal with a little Mendes twist to it. So we're gonna cut a roast off, just a big chunk off this hind quarter here, and then we're gonna clean it up and get to cooking. Let's do it. Oh, look at that. Clean, lean, organic meat, baby. That's why we do it. Let's go. All right, guys, so we got something special here for you. I've been telling you we have a surprise about this bison meal. We teamed up with Peak, you guys know that, Peak Refuel, and we are making this recipe into a Chad Mendes line Peak Refuel meal. So we got the backpack meals, freeze dried. You guys can take these on backcountry hunts, camping trips, hiking trips, daily office, not having to cook meals, just throw a little hot water in there and you got a delicious, real ingredient meal. What we're making is a bison ranch masher. So I love ranch flavored stuff, and you know, I've been kind of playing with this recipe over the last couple years until I've kind of figured out this is the way that I like it the best. So we got the bison down, we got some really nice, clean, lean organic meat, and we're gonna make an amazing meal for you. So first off, we're gonna get this Traeger started and get it up to 400 degrees so we can get the potatoes going. All right, so now we got the potatoes peeled, Traeger's heating up. So what we're gonna do now is we're gonna cut these into about, probably about, I don't know, 1/2 inch, 1/4 of an inch, like discs. And we're gonna line these in the foil tray. All right, so what Benny's gonna do now is he's gonna add about a cup of water into that tray, and he'll cover that with foil. So basically all you're doing is steaming these potatoes on the Traeger. This makes it easy to do maybe if you're camping or something and you have this grill set up. You don't have to boil water and boil potatoes. So this is kind of a cool way to make mashed potatoes nice and easy on the Traeger. All right, so while those potatoes cook, they'll probably take about 45 minutes at 400. Let's go ahead and cube up some of this bison meat and get it in the meat grinder. All right, so what we're gonna do for cooking the bison is I have a cast iron skillet. We're gonna put it in the Traeger and let that heat up while the potatoes are going. We want this sucker nice and hot. We'll throw a little bit of butter in there and then we'll get that meat in as well. All right, so now we got the bison all ground up. I'm gonna dice an onion pretty fine, and we're gonna throw that in the cast iron first, let that saute a bit, and then we'll throw the meat in there, cook that all together, add a little bit of garlic, and then we're gonna mix that in with our mashed potatoes. All right, so we got a little chunk of Kerrygold butter. We're gonna throw that in the cast iron, let that melt a little bit. We're gonna go ahead and throw the onions in. All right, so now that the onions are sauteed a bit, we probably sauteed those for about 10 minutes. Let's go ahead and add the bison in. Get that nice and mixed up. Let that cook for a bit. So I think that meat's just about done. Looking good in the cast iron. Mix this sucker up. Let's throw a little bit of garlic in there, and then we're gonna put our veggies in. All right, I'm being a little bit lazy here, but we are kind of out in the sticks a bit. So we got some garlic. I'm just gonna throw probably about 2 tablespoons or so. Mix that in. If you guys have fresh garlic, I highly recommend that over this, but this stuff will work as well. We'll let that cook another probably 5 minutes. Let some of those flavors combine. All right, so we have about 3 to 4 cups of, you can just do frozen vegetables. We did some peas, green beans, carrots. This is my favorite mixture to put in there. You guys get creative and put whatever type of vegetables you like in there, but this is my go-to. So we're just gonna mix these in with the meat, get all the flavors and juices combined, and just heat up these veggies. Looking good. Smells amazing. Let that go for a little bit longer. All right, so it's been about 45 minutes. These potatoes should be done. Let's go ahead and get these off of the grill. We'll dump the water out and we'll go ahead and get them in a bowl. Yeah. All right, so I'm gonna do about, I don't know, 2 to 3 tablespoons of butter. We'll go ahead and cube this a little bit. Get that in there. Let that start melting. All right, so we're gonna do probably, I'm guessing about a cup of milk. Let's go ahead and go a cup. And you guys can kind of experiment with how thick you want your potatoes or how runny you want them. I'm gonna go with about a cup and we'll mash. If we need to add more, which usually I do, you can go from there. But like I said, that's up to you, how you guys like the thickness of your potatoes. We'll start with that. A little bit of salt. All right, and this is the secret weapon here. Got a little bit of ranch flavor. Now you guys can use the liquid ranch. It's already made for salad dressings. That works well as, also. I like doing the packets just so I can kind of measure the thickness of my potatoes a little bit better. We'll go ahead and sprinkle that in. We do have a second one. Like I said, we'll taste it, we'll mix everything. If we feel like we need a little bit more, we got it. All right, so we started mashing a bit. I'm thinking I'm gonna need more milk. I like mine a little bit creamier and runnier than that. So I'm gonna probably add another cup with this amount of potatoes. All right, Skid's gonna go ahead and pull the meat off. Set it right here. Ooh. That's some good looking stuff right there. We're gonna go ahead and start adding this mixture together. All right guys, so we got our finished product here. We just served it up. I just cut up some green onions. We'll go ahead and top. You could use chives or green onions. Go ahead and top that sucker. And it is ready to serve. We're gonna go ahead and dig into this. But thank you guys for tuning in. Absolutely a blast getting out here to hunt and show you guys my like filled the fork type recipes. You know, this is something I absolutely love to do. So being a part of this, thank you guys, appreciate it for the help. And that was fun getting to hunt with you guys too. So we're gonna grub on this and we are out. We'll see you guys next time.